Hey everybody, welcome back. Alright, let us continue. So as I mentioned at the end of the last episode, there's a locked door to the south over there that leads into the armory. And the key kind of takes a little while to get the key. It's not anywhere near the armory. So we will be coming back here eventually. Alright, isn't there usually a zombie down here? Did I run past them maybe? Were they like in here? I don't know. I figured Darren would have seen them. Could have sworn there was someone there. Alright. Maybe that's who we ran into at the end of the last episode. I don't know. Alright. So, speaking of locked doors, there is a door in there that leads into like a smaller room, but it is locked. That key, however, is relatively close by. Let's try to get a face stab. Ooh, I totally missed. Get a face slash. Whoop. Okay, got the parry. Let's try this again. Man, I keep hitting their weapon when I try to go in for this. Oh, there it is. They did some red damage there with the billhook, didn't they? I didn't think they were going to hit me. I thought I was going to be a little too far. But I got hit, and I do believe I did take a little more red damage, which, not great, but it's alright. Arming Jack. What were the stats on mine? Heavy arming, okay, that's right. And then Darren's. What was... looks the same, mediocre, but that's in fair... Okay, that's fine. Alright, okay, so we have learned another skill. So I'm going to press K. We learned Maneuvering in Armor 2, so that's going to help keep our encumbrance down. Now we should probably start working on some other spell things. So I'm going to work on Continuity 2. We're going to need Continuity. That allows you... Whoop. There we go. Continuity allows you to have multiple bindings. And basically, so like if you have Continuity 2, you can have two bindings active at the same time. And remember, the bindings are the spells that once you cast it, it just stays on. So you can get up to Continuity 3, I believe. So here's the key to the nearby door that I mentioned that was locked. This is not the Armory key. I mean, there's some nice fan braces, but pretty sure Darren already has fan braces with those stats. Alright, let's go back. Trying not to run into Darren here. So let's go back here and open this interior door that I mentioned. I've always liked this mosaic here. It looks really cool. Alright, so here's the locked door. We're going to double click the key, single click the door. Alright, and I'm going to inadvertently close it behind me, I guess, with my sword. Okay, so there is a breastplate. You can see it has 2 circles of encumbrance. But if we put it on, nothing, because we have Maneuvering in Armor 2. Also, here's a map of the 2nd floor right there. The question now is, how good of a cuirass does Darren have? And he's also standing on the other side of the door. So this... Okay, thank you. Alright, so let's see. His cuirass, there's the stats right there. This one is definitely a little bit better. I'm going to swap that out and drop that on the floor. He'll probably be like, hey, look, there's a cuirass over here. Alright, so again, you could argue maybe I should have given the breastplate to Darren to try to keep him alive longer, but I've already taken some red damage. I don't even think Darren has. I mean, maybe he's taken a little. By the way, someone mentioned in a comment to one of the previous videos something I didn't think about. That you can, once you learn the possession spell, you can possess Darren and see his health bar. Never thought about that, I don't think. Pretty interesting. Alright, trousers, leather greaves. Oh, that's a new look for the greaves. So, do we want to do this? I don't have any shoes. I guess we do. I'm going to throw those on. And I'm going to find some shoes on a dead zombie or something. Because we are now barefoot. Let's check this stuff. There's some more spalders, but mine are better, and we already gave Darren some late spalders. I'm sure one of these zombies had some shoes that we killed back over here. Not that one. What about this guy? Yeah, you got some shoes. Yeah, they're not great, but they'll do for now. Alright. Alright, so I think there's 2 zombies in here usually. I'm gonna try to get a face stab here. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. And then the overhead to complete the fight. Okay, I could have sworn there was a second one. My memory must be just terrible. Alright, see that hole in the floor, Darren? Don't jump into it. Sometimes there's an upgrade sphere in that box, so definitely want to check that. Alright, let me compare this. Yeah, mine are still better. Okay. And again, I don't want to use an upgrade sphere on any of the equipment I have yet, because it's just not... I'm not going to hold on to most of this equipment for very long. I'd rather save the upgrade spheres to where I have... I don't want to call it end-game equipment, but, you know, stuff like that. Alright, now here is a better shield for Darren. And it's better because it because it has more surface area. But also, we look at the impact, it's more on this one, so we'll switch that out. Alright. Something weird with the doors. What is that? It's weird, like every time I open one, you hear that sound like the door is colliding with something. I don't know what that is. I mean, it's not a big deal, but I never noticed it before. No. We're good with the leggings. Some tunics. And then right here, just lifted up the floor right there, the tiles, to find this. So a lamellar vest. Now, I'm big on coverage. So this has 3 circles of coverage. This has 3, so there's no real difference there. This is definitely the better thing to wear. I'm going to give this to Darren. And yeah. So, I mean, Darren, come on, man. He's pretty well geared up here. He's got a better shield. He's got a nice helmet. He's got a lamellar vest. Like, it's not bad. So let it not be said that I am somehow neglecting him. You know what? I wonder if we can polish this up. I know we can polish up brass armor, but I don't know about this. I'm trying to see if that changes. It didn't look like it did. Maybe it did, I don't know. Alright, anyway. Yeah, see that sound right? That's kind of weird. It's like the doors are in a kind of weird position to start with. I don't know what it is. Alright, this guy, I believe, has a great axe. Yeah. So let's try to get a face stab here. I gotta get a little closer to start. Oh yeah, there it is. That's what we're talking about. See if he'll come a little closer here. Yeah, I started way too far back to land that one. Alright, I'm tired of him holding this position in the doorway, so I'm going to blast him. And then I'm going to back away too far, so I'm going to miss him completely. There we go. Cool. Alright, now let's look at this great axe. Well made, and it's in flawless condition. So, yeah, that's better than mine. So, let me swap that out. And I'm going to drop the old one there. Darren wants it? You know, you can have it. Whatever. Alright, so this right here is the Armory key. So as you can see, it took a little while to get it. And there's that sound. Quilted trousers, no. Oh, wow. Wow, look at this breastplate. Are you kidding me? Same amount of encumbrance as this one, but more coverage and more basically everything, it looks like. Yeah. I am taking that, and then we will pass this on down. You know, good old hand-me-down to Darren. That'll be good. Alright, so let's head back to the armory and see what we can find. But wait a minute, did I check? I didn't check these. There's usually nothing, but might as well. No, alright. Alright, so we are going to run back. Hopefully Darren will keep up. I don't want to keep stopping every, like, 100 feet and turning around and be like, hey, is Darren following me? But that might be what we have to do, just to be sure he's there. Okay. That should be fine. I think the zombie that's normally in this area was the one that surprised us last time at the end. It's gotta be. Right, alright, so we have unlocked the armory. Where is Darren? There he is. Alright. We already found really good stuff, really good gear, so I'm not even sure if we're going to find much of value in here. Don't want any of those short swords or that mace. Don't care about those boots. Don't want the one-handed axe. Yeah, don't really need that. Now, this shield, and honestly both of them, but this shield especially is a really good find. We are going to give that to Darren. Much more coverage area on that shield. Short sword, no. And then we have these. So I'm just going to compare these real quick, see which is the best here. So these all look very similar. Very similar. Like, are they not the same? Now this one's slightly better than that first one. Alright, so I'm going to take this one. And Darren's, I'm pretty sure, is, yeah, better than all of that. So that's nice. We've also got some light plate greaves here. So how much encumbrance do I get from the leather ones? Just half a circle. Since I have maneuvering and armor, I mean, I might as well go for heavier ones. So let's look real quick. Comparing here. Wait a minute. Where did Darren just pick those up and put them on? Yes, he did. Okay. Excuse me, Darren. I was going to give him the leather ones, but I guess not. Alright, anyway. Yeah, I'll throw those on. So now we have half a circle of encumbrance, but it would be a lot more if we didn't have maneuvering and armor too. Here's a warhammer. It's not great, but it will replace the mace because this offers both crushing and piercing damage. You can flip the weapon around using the F key, I believe is what it is. And there we go. There's a bever. That's going to cover the rest of our face. Oh, we can't wear the glasses anymore, so I guess we'll give them to Darren. Again, these are pointless, except to make you look weird. Alright, here's a bardiche. I'm a big fan of the bardiche. This is actually not a bad one. It's going to be a little quicker than the great axe. It's got more surface area to land like a decent strike. I'm probably going to take that and switch that out. Probably just give this to Darren instead of that sledgehammer, like so. Do that. Don't really care about that longsword. This warhammer. Now this is better than this one, right? It is a little bit... Well, it doesn't have... The impact is really what you want here. Yeah. I'm fine with the one I got. Alright. Nothing under that desk there. Alright. More vambraces and leather greaves. And hey, upgrade sphere. Alright. We're going to start stockpiling those. And what do we got here? We have a heavy mail shirt, and a light mail shirt. I'm going to take the regular mail shirt. Let me see the mail vest. So the shirt has sleeves, the vest doesn't. So we're going to give Darren the light mail shirt. There, his encumbrance is getting up there. Oh, he doesn't have shoes on either, but he does have some in his inventory, I think. Thought he did. What happened to your shoes? I guess he never had shoes. I guess he had boots. Well, he'll be barefoot for now. I don't care. Yeah, so it seems to me that the Gambeson is gone, and it's just these jacks now. I don't know if that's the same name for a Gambeson or if it's something different. No idea. Yeah, we're good. Alright, not bad. We got some Greaves. We got a Warhammer. Not bad. Let's go, Darren. Alright, and then this over here, this leads back to like the beginning of the level if you go through that gate over there. And then over here, we should run into a zombie. Yeah, right there. He's got a Bardiche. Oh, I totally missed with that. Yeah, I'm way, way too far back here. Trying to get some position here so Darren can get in there and attack also. Let's try to parry that. There we go. Got him with the Remise. And what are we looking at? Light mail shirt. That's probably a little bit better than the one that we gave Darren, so swap that out. And let me look at the Bardiche. Where did it go? Half a circle on these. It's in better condition, but the stats are not as good. Okay, we don't need to go this way. Oh, by the way, do you have shoes or yes, boots? That's right. And right, so if we go up here, this is like a courtroom, I guess. It's kind of the idea. And I cannot recall if this hole was here before, and maybe it was. I do not remember that. But anyway, yeah. Nothing to write home about in there. So now we need to make our way back to where we were when we found the Armory key. So a quick sprint back over here. Make sure Darren is following. He is. Now, one of my favorite weapons in the game is the spiked club, and we have not come across one yet. Kind of disappointed. There's Darren. I mean, this sword isn't bad, but I really like the spiked club. Maybe we'll come across one. I don't know. Right. So I believe, isn't this door blocked on the other side? Yes. So we're going to go around this way. That's such a minor thing with the door, like making that noise, but faceplant. But I'm gonna notice it every single time now. All right. So usually there's absolutely nothing in here. I just want to look around and be sure. Yeah, it's looking like it's the same as always. Alright, over here in the kitchen, there is... Where is it? There it is. This large pan makes a fairly decent improvised weapon. And there's another one. I'm not going to use it. I like my sword, but it does. It does make a decent weapon. So something to bear in mind. And whoops. Okay, I did not even see him. See, Darren doesn't want to stab with that spear. He just wants to swing it. But, you know, I guess it works. Alright. So, we're going to run down here. And see if there's anything cool. Well, the padded cap, but don't we both have an arming cap? I know I have one. I don't remember. Did Darren get one too? Yeah, he did. This is kind of a step up from the leather cap, but it's not. It's one step down from the arming cap. Okay, so we just learned calm, and next we're gonna work on trust. The reason I'm working on this mind tree is I want to get to loyalty, which is you can create minions with that. And it's always nice to be able to create minions. The only problem is, at least in the past, and probably now, Darren... Oh, God. Faceplant. Darren and your undead minions usually don't get along. Or if they do, they get along for a very short time. Faceplant. And then they hate each other and they start fighting. But it's... Darren, inevitably... Well, not inevitably, but usually Darren's going to die at some point. I'm sorry to break it to you. And you can also, there is a spell you can get, Command Dead, where you can bring dead people back. So you can bring Darren back as a zombie if you want, but that's all for the future. Alright, so that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. Please hit like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.